I'm Gary Paradiso. I'm a general internist here in Aledo, Texas, and I have an interest in treating diabetes with primarily food and lifestyle change, and I have particular interest in beta-glucans as for their effect on blood glucose and weight loss, blood pressure, and cholesterol control. You know, initially I practiced in South Texas, and one of my colleagues, we were discussing one day diabetic complications, especially diabetic neuropathy, and he said, well, you know, where I trained in India, we had so few people that had diabetes, we never saw diabetic neuropathy. We had to go to textbooks to see examples of it. And I said, well, where did you train? He said, well, you know, it was a mountainous region of India. I said, what did the people eat? He said, oh, they ate barley. Okay, they never ate rice, they never ate Western meals. They were primarily, barley was their go-to grain. I said, oh, this is interesting. In Iraq, when patients developed diabetes, the doctors would take them off rice primarily and wheat and switch them over to barley. These are ancient doctors, okay? Back then they tested diabetes because the patients produced the sweet urine. So they would taste the urine, believe it or not, one drop, and they would make that determination. They said, oh no, you have to eat barley. And so, of course, they had no knowledge of the beta-glucan and its effect, but they knew that barley had something that wheat and rice, you know, did not. That's spurred me on to do my own study. I was actually teaching the residents, and I said, somebody's got to do a paper about barley and diabetes because there's an effect there, and nobody would do it. So I said, fine, I'll just do it with my patients, and I'll just say, look, do me a favor, go buy the Quaker Pearl barley, boil a gallon of water, pour the box in there, stir it for an hour, and eat 1 cup every morning, and have 2 jumbo egg whites for your protein. Then, of course, I put them on the Ezekiel bread for lunch, and then I explained to them what I wanted for supper. And the patients that did this had like a metamorphosis. It was like, literally, I had one guy that was a cardiac cripple who lost like 50 pounds, and he went from being truly a cardiac cripple to working out in the gym. And he reversed his failing heart. He had a defibrillator placed. His heart was huge. His heart shrunk down, and we took him off many medications. So then I said, oh no, we need to explore this even further. And so that's when I got interested in beta-glucans, and eventually I did a study that it seemed to exactly confirm that, but there's plenty of studies out there that confirm the same thing. So yeah, and I'm very passionate about beta-glucans because, as Dr. Sears says, you got to eat, you may as well eat smart.